Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Young, and first of all I'd like to say thank you so much for referring those three people to Google Cache Triangle. Now, I think you're awesome because not only have you referred them and you've given them the power of Google Cache Triangle, but for being so awesome and doing that, I'm going to give you Google Cache Triangle Part 2, and to be honest, this video is even more powerful than the first one, but shh, don't tell anyone. Now the first thing I want to show you is an example, and this is basically how I used the second part and the first part together of Google Cache Triangle to get a super awesome ranking on Google where I'm going to get tons of traffic to one of my niche websites. So I'm over here on Google. I want to show you that I'm not actually just, taking a picture. So I'm going to go to Google and actually type in the keyword and show you where I am. So the keyword is how to cable knit, and this is a type of knitting that uses special needles, I'm pretty sure, and there is actually a large demand for this. Now if we just hit enter, there is my website right there, actually my blog, which I set up in like, I don't know, an hour or two, and I did this I think it was about a week and a half ago, and I'm already in the #1 spot. I'm not changed. I checked this 2 days ago. I was still at #1. 3 days ago, I was down here around #5 or #6. But now I'm totally at #1. I'm going to stay here forever. And the cool thing is that look how much competition for this. There's 1.14 million websites competing for this one keyword, and I'm #1. I did it with literally zero work. I got plugins to do all the work for me, and I also did it with, just like I said, an hour or two of work, and most of that wasn't even anything hard. It was like setting up the web or the blog, getting it customized to how I like it. And so I want to show you, this is how powerful part 2 of the Google Cache Triangle is, and when you combine it with part 1, it's so easy to get stuff like this. And I'll show you, it's easy to get #1 rankings, but if it's for a keyword that doesn't have much, searches for it, then it's pretty much pointless. So where I am right now is the Google AdWords keyword tool, okay? So I typed in the keyword how to cable knit, and it shows up right here, how to cable knit, with 4,400 searches per month. So the okay, not all, but the majority of these searches will go straight to my blog because I'm #1, and I'm going to get all this traffic. Now the cool thing is that I'm also going to get a bit of traffic from these keywords right here and from a few of these ones down here, because this is a broad search term. I'm also ranking for a few of these because I've got the keyword how to knit in my keyword, and it's just going to be fantastic. So I'm going to be able to leverage all these keywords down here, or most of them, to get some additional traffic. Okay, so cool. So I just wanted to show you a quick example of how powerful the Google Cache Triangle Part 1 and 2 combined will be. And if you do the exact same thing, if you use the techniques that I'm going to tell you about, you will just get these type of results with almost no work and as little hassle as possible. It's just going to be fantastic. So I've got a cool little presentation set up for you. So it's called Google Cache Triangle Part 2. So let's get right into it. Now I want to talk about some mistakes, because I've got 3 here that I think are going to be the most common when people are setting up their Google Cache Triangles. And the first thing is just using Twitter, just using Facebook, or just using YouTube. And I mean, a lot of people will have a Twitter account, lots will have Facebook, and lots will have YouTube, but they don't network them together. They don't throw them all together to create kind of this superpower. And when you're using them on their own, yeah, they're great, they're kind of okay, but they can do a lot better. So like I said, doing this will get you mediocre results. I mean, it works okay, but it's not great. For maximum traffic and affiliate sales, we need to network all 3 together. So that's Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube all linking to each other in kind of like a super network. Now this way we build a following on each of the 3 sites. Now 3 is better than 1 or 2. And what I mean by that is you can have a bunch of followers on Twitter, but why don't we leverage that? Why don't we send them over to Facebook, get some of those followers there, and then send them over to YouTube, get them to view your videos, and then that way we have almost the same amount of people on each three of these sites viewing the same content that you have, but it's in a different form, and that way they're going to be a lot more interested. So mistake number 2 is SEO overload. And there are a lot of people out there who make SEO really technical, they make it really hard, and I'm pretty much here to say that is bullcrap, and that is the last thing that I want people to hear. So, like I said, SEO is easy. Almost everyone makes it harder than it is, and people focus on the stuff that's unimportant, and it wastes their time with useless techniques, etc. There are people out there just focusing on the most useless stuff and making a big deal out of it, and it's a waste of your time, it's a waste of your money if you're paying for it, and really you're going to get no results with it. When it comes down to it, you just need a good keyword, a tiny bit of on-page optimization, and a few links. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in some of the upcoming videos, and that's it. I mean, that's all you need. Now, mistake number 3 is not optimizing your blog. Okay, so really, it's so easy to do with plugins. You don't need to do any work. It's literally just copy and paste type of stuff. But, you know, people, they just, when it comes to somebody teaching them this stuff, they don't get it. It doesn't click. And then they're doing crap that is pretty much useless. So, like I said, 2 things, the wrong plugins and or poor copy and paste skills. And if you don't have good copy and paste skills, then my gosh, you're going to go nowhere. So plugins do the most of the work for us. Now, I'm going to talk about plugins in one of the next videos, but basically a plugin is just something that you can add onto your blog to supercharge it and make it super easy to get awesome results in as little time as possible. And now copy and paste is important here, and what I mean by that is that we're just going to go into Google, find a good keyword, and then literally copy and paste it into our plugin. I mean, it's so easy. People overlook this though, and then they get crappy results, and then they wonder why. Well, if you don't get good results with SEO, get a good keyword, copy and paste into a plugin, and then get good results. I mean, it's really, really easy. And that's exactly what I did. If we go back to this example right here, my #1 ranking out of over 1 million people competing for this keyword, I just did it with a few plugins and copy and paste. And I'm going to show you how to do this later on, but it's so easy. And if you've done a bit of SEO before and you haven't got results, well then now you know why. If you haven't done this, then now you know why, and then I'm going to show you how to do this and how to leverage this stuff to actually get really awesome results. So like I said, find some good keywords, copy and paste them into your plugins, and you're golden. That's all there is to it. So let's avoid these mistakes altogether, but how are we going to do that? What's the magic formula that we need? Okay, so here's the #1 rule, okay? The Google Cache Triangle is a triangle for a reason. Now, this is kind of obvious. Like, a triangle needs 3 sides to be called a triangle. Well, just like that, the Google Cache Triangle needs 3 ingredients together to work. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a cache triangle, and it wouldn't work. So those 3, like I said before in part 1, are Google, a blog, and social media. So let's take a look at those. Okay, so let's talk Google. Now, people seem to hate Google, and there's a lot of buzz around that. And to be honest, it's because they're doing it wrong. Now, AdWords sucks, and I've had a bit of experience with AdWords, and I've got really, really crappy results. Because you pay so much money for traffic, you can do up to $1,000 a day, and really you don't get that great of a return on investment. So then people, they see that, and then they go try SEO. And because of all the garbage SEO teachings out there, they make it hard. And that's why I put yeah right here, because SEO is so easy, and I understand it in a way that just makes it like, it's like the ABCs or the 1, 2, 3s. Now therefore, they give up, and then they give Google a bad name. And maybe right now you're thinking, oh, I don't want to hear about Google. Google sucks. Well, just hear me out here, and I'll show you why. So here's the truth. Okay, Google is still the king. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Google is still the king. Okay, like, Google is awesome. Like I said before, SEO is easy. I'll give you a video in a few days that proves that. I'm going to show you some examples. I'm going to show you how to do SEO and how to get these awesome results like I got right here, #1 on Google with over 1 million competition. I'm going to show you other examples as well, and it's going to be fantastic. So like Google is the #1 site in the world. If you go to alexa.com, you type in Google, it's the #1 site, or like the #1, #2 site in the world, and people use it all the time. I mean, have you ever heard someone saying, just Google it, or go to Google, type it in? You know, people just say Google it as an expression. Like, it's just somewhere that you go to get information or to get anything that you want, really. Now, getting a #1 ranking on Google is easy as pie, and it runs on autopilot all the time. So, I mean, Google is up and running really like 99.999% of the time. So if you've got a #1 ranking, people are going to see that 99.999% of the time. So let's talk about blogs now. Now, blogs can be used for so much more than just a personal diary. Now, Google loves blogs as well. Blogs have plugins to supercharge them, and I talked about that a bit before, but it's like an add-on that you can just throw onto your blog, and it throws it into overdrive. And it's way easier to set up than a website. You don't need to deal with any coding. It's just picking a bunch of options, typing in some stuff, and then it just pops out. It's super cool, and it's super newbie friendly. There are no techie skills needed. That's the thing that I love about blogs, because really not a lot of people have technical skills. So let's leverage blogs to get a lot of money and some #1 rankings. So you need to treat your blog as your home, and it's where you hang out and you sell people stuff, and then basically you just leverage Google and it sends you traffic for free. But social media is huge, so how can we leverage that? How can we leverage its power and work that into a Google Cache triangle? Well, we just got to jumble them all together. Now, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube alone aren't very powerful, like I talked about before. But when we mix them together, they become an absolute powerhouse. And here's how to create our super network. Okay, so just bear with me here. We've got Twitter linking to YouTube, YouTube to Facebook, Facebook back to Twitter. Okay, so we've kind of created a circle here. And then as well, all of these places link to the same place. So Twitter will link to your blog, YouTube will link to your blog, and Facebook here and here will link to your blog. So as we can see here, social media is all weaved together. It's in this kind of super network. And no matter where you take your followers, they're still going to come to your blog, because Twitter's going there, YouTube's going there, and Facebook is going there. And no matter if they go from Facebook to YouTube or YouTube to Twitter, they're still going to see that link going to your blog, and the chances of them clicking through are going to be way higher. So let's get it working for yourself. Now, if you need to reference part 1, just go check your email. I've got the link in there, and make sure you download that PDF file. It's right below video #1, and I want you to reference that because it's got the Google Cache triangle right in there, and so you can reference it anytime you want. If you need to, go through the content again and take action. Get this up and running this week, okay? I don't want to hear excuses. I want to see results, and I believe in you so much that if you just use the Google Cache triangle part 1 and 2 together, you are going to start seeing some fantastic and amazing results by the end of this week. And like I say all the time, action is power, my friend. Alright, now let's talk about the next video. So in a few days, I'm going to send you another super cool video. It's completely free and it's jam-packed with content. I'll show you the magic formula to generating almost 10 grand a month on autopilot. And the cool thing is that it uses free traffic and literally an hour or 2 of work. Okay, so I know it's kind of sketchy, you might be skeptical, don't even worry. I'm going to show you examples and some rock solid proof of how you can put this to work right now. Awesome, so cool. Thank you so much for watching, and look out for the next video in a few days. So just make sure you watch your email. You're going to get the link to the next video. I think you're going to love it. And I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.